Astonished by the way the world had misused his invention, Swedish chemist and inventor Alfred Nobel, born on October 27, 1833 in Stockholm, wrote his will in Paris, in which he established a fund from which awards would be given to those who contributed the most to humanity with their abilities. The foundation was established in 1900, and the first awards in physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, and peace were given in 1901. According to the Foundation's statute, in line with Nobel's will, the medals consist of gold, a richly decorated round piece named after its creator. The first medal weighed about 200 grams until 1980, after which it was slightly reduced. Its diameter is 66 millimeters, and its thickness is about 5 millimeters. Since 2015, the medals have been made of 18-karat gold, coated with 24-karat gold. On the front, Nobel's portrait appears, along with his birth and death years inscribed in Roman numerals. The reverse side bears the name of the laureate, their likeness, and an inscription in Latin, depending on the category for which the award was given. The medals for physics, chemistry, medicine, and literature were designed by Swedish sculptor Erik Lindberg, the one for peace by Norwegian sculptor Gustav Vigeland, and the one for economics, introduced by the Swedish National Bank in honor of Alfred Nobel in 1969, was designed by Gunnar Svensson Lundqvist. Some of these medals have had very strange fates. When Adolf Hitler came to power in Germany in 1933, he began a campaign against Jews and political opponents. Many German scientists of Jewish descent, persecuted by the Nazis, fled the country. Among them were some of Europe's leading physicists, such as Max von Laue, winner of the 1914 Nobel Prize in Physics, and James Franck, laureate of the 1925 Nobel Prize in Physics. When they fled to Denmark, they left their medals at the Niels Bohr laboratory in Copenhagen. The Nazis later confiscated the laboratory and searched for hidden medals, but never found them. When Adolf Hitler came to power in Germany in 1933, he began persecuting Jews, political opponents, and other dissenters. Many scientists fled Germany. Danish scientist Niels Bohr, Nobel Prize winner for physics in 1922, turned his laboratory in Copenhagen into a refuge for Europe's leading scientists. Among them were Max von Laue, Nobel Prize winner for physics in 1914, and James Franck, who won the prize for physics in 1925. When they had to leave Denmark, they left their medals in Bohr's laboratory for safekeeping. Fearing that the Germans would search the laboratory, Bohr and Hungarian Nobel laureate George de Hevesy dissolved the medals in Aqua Regia. The Germans indeed conducted a thorough search, not only going through the laboratory premises, but even digging up the garden, yet they never found the medals. After the war, Niels Bohr sent the dissolved medals to Stockholm, to the Nobel Foundation, which extracted the gold and reminted the medals. Thus, in 1952, at a special ceremony, Laue and Franck received their medals. August Krogh, the Nobel Prize winner for medicine in 1920, and Niels Bohr sold their medals at auction in 1940 and donated the money to the Finnish government to aid them during the Winter War between the Soviet Union and Finland, 1939 to 1940. The Swedish writer Selma Lagerlöf, Nobel Prize winner for literature in 1909, who was already old and ill at the time, also offered her medal to Finland as assistance. In 1935, when the German peace activist Karl von Ossietzky, who was then in prison, was awarded the Nobel Prize, Hitler passed a law prohibiting any German citizen from accepting the award. As a result, Richard Kuhn, chemistry, 1938, Adolf Butenandt, chemistry, 1939, and Gerhard Dommerk, medicine, 1939, only received their medals after the end of World War II. In 1940, an unknown buyer purchased Bohr's medal and 7 years later sent it to the Frederiksborg Museum, where it remains today. It is rare for these medals to appear at auctions. According to available data, in the past 30 years, 10 Nobel medals have been sold, usually by the heirs of the laureates. However, in 2014, something unprecedented happened. A living Nobel laureate put his medal up for sale at the prestigious auction house Christie's. That laureate was the renowned American biologist James Watson, who received the Nobel Prize in 1962 for his discovery of the DNA structure. An anonymous buyer paid $4,757,000 for the medal. In October 2015, the previously unknown buyer came forward, expressing his wish to return the medal to its rightful owner, then 86-year-old James Watson. The buyer was Russian billionaire Alisher Usmanov, who explained his decision as follows. In my opinion, it is unacceptable that such an outstanding scientist was forced to sell the medal that recognizes his achievements. Dr. Watson's work contributed to cancer research, a disease that took my father's life. For me, it is important that the money I spent on this medal goes towards scientific research, while the medal remains with the person who truly deserves it. Recently, another living laureate put his medal up for sale in an online auction. Leon Lederman, an American physicist who won the prize in 1988, sold his medal for $765,000. The 92-year-old did not wish to comment on his decision, but his wife stated that they wanted to secure a comfortable retirement somewhere by the sea. Earlier this year, another auction house sold 2 Nobel medals, one belonging to Simon Kuznets, awarded in 1971 for economics, and the other to Heinrich Otto Wieland, who won in 1927 for chemistry. Both were sold for approximately $400,000. After Watson's medal, which remains the most expensive one sold to date, the second most valuable was that of British biologist Francis Crick, which fetched $2.2 million. Crick, along with Watson, received the Nobel Prize in 1962 for medicine and physiology. Also on this somewhat controversial list is the medal of Argentinian Carlos Saavedra Lamas, who won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1936 and whose medal was sold for $1.16 million. The Nobel Foundation still recalls the confusion that occurred in 1975 during the awarding of the Nobel Prize in Economic Sciences. The recipients were Leonid Vitalievich Kantorovich from the Soviet Union and Jalling Koopmans from the United States. The names of economics laureates are engraved along the edge of the medal, making them difficult to read. As a result, the medals were mistakenly swapped during the ceremony, and the error was not immediately noticed. Given the Cold War tensions between the USSR and the USA at the time, the subsequent correction process was complicated and took a long time. As of 2015, a total of 900 Nobel Prizes have been awarded, and an equal number of gold medals have been distributed.